this reminds me of the theater that I used to go to when I was a kid, and also I think that it echoes a lot of the heritage of Lake Arrowhead that is that it echoes a lot of the heritage of Lake Arrowhead that was and is film and television. If you walk through the village, you see posters of movies that have shot here. It's something that is kind of lauded. You have echoing as far back as Shirley Temple and Clark Gable and Golden Age stars used to come up here. Bing Crosby, Heidi was shot up here. I mean, there's so many films and shows that have shot here and worked here. You can go down into the village. You can take a tour on a boat, and it's like a studio tour. You can see all the houses where Jack Warner lived, right? So to be without a theater in this town, I think would be very strange. I also think that, speaking as someone who's in film and television, with the pandemic, a lot of movies that were about to come out, they stopped, right? So like, if, for instance, Top Gun was supposed to come out in 2020, and then it comes out in 2022, 2021. All those big blockbusters, Ghostbusters comes out, right? All those were set to come out. So we're now kind of tapping into and have just kind of exhausted that cache of films that were delayed. So there's a gap because we didn't shoot really anything in 2020 and not a whole lot in 2021. So really, for the first time, we're just getting movies hitting the theaters and people are just starting to get back. So really, I think that you're going to see this renaissance of film and TV, but especially obviously film for this place, as production has picked up and is going full steam ahead, if not more so. So I think even just as a business, this is going to thrive, right? And there's no other competition up here. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me that this would be in danger, or that if someone was taking over the ownership of the property, that they wouldn't want this here. Like, it feels like a boon. Like, and besides that, I think that from a community aspect, I think everybody remembers during the pandemic and during COVID, driving down at this intersection here and seeing "Just Keep Swimming" put up on the placard. Like, it was just like that. I mean, that's a sense of real community right there. So I would hope that whoever took over would give it an opportunity to, show them what it can do, because it's only going to get stronger. My wife, who's a director and actor, myself as a writer and actor, we were producing films, and we just produced one that shot out of state, but we were even kind of thinking about contacting the theater and trying to get some kind of film festival going here. I know that some people want to use this and have used this location for that in the past, but we'd love to bring some of that, because what you're seeing a lot like post-pandemic are a lot of artists who are moving up here. There's even that, I think if you go to some of these decor spots, there's like these signs and t-shirts being made that say "Upstate LA" as like a joke, because there are a lot of artists, and it kind of is the antithesis of the Jack Warners and all those guys who came up here to buy the big houses. There's a lot of musicians. There's a lot of actors. There's a lot of writers. There's a lot of filmmakers who are coming up here to connect to nature, connect to their small town roots, write, create, and contribute to this economy and this culture, and be a part of the conversation. And part of that culture and conversation is very much this theater. So to take that nucleus away, it just feels like it would just be a mistake.
Great. Let me ask you this too: is like, what do you want to tell our community about what's transpiring here? It's obviously a big deal. The turnout has been extraordinary already, and I heard that you were one of the first people to rush down here and start and help sign some of the petitions and to help out. What type of message would you want to portray out to your community right now, in regards to everything right now, to maybe motivate everyone else to try to come out, get the word out to try to save this place?
I think you don't even really have to do that much, but be vocal. Like, all I did was stop by and come in and say hi, and because I had heard about a petition, my wife and I had heard about a petition. But these are the kind of battles within a community that you have to make a stand because you have a say. You know, we're a town, and a town is made up of all these people. And if you just sit back and let things happen, well, then people will come in and they'll change that. But you have an opportunity to vocalize what you want this town to be and the kinds of businesses that you would like to see thrive in your town and make up your town. And culture is a big, and art is a huge aspect of it. Do we really want to go down the hill and go to an AMC? And even those are dying out. You know, like those are getting harder to find. Especially with how tenuous the 18 and these highways have been with erosion, isn't it nice to have a central hub where we can go and we can watch movies and we can get out of the house and we can engage in our community? Just downstairs is an outreach and grocery handout. I mean, there's so much more to this than just movies. It is a cultural hub and nucleus, a core, you know, with its own kind of gravity. And I think that all people have to do is just vocalize a desire to contribute, to visit, to help, just support.
Well, I couldn't even have said it better myself. That was just incredibly beautiful, and you're right.
Well, thanks, man.
And the fact that the community, that this has been kind of a central hub for the Lake Arrowhead area, for, like you said, the outreach in the middle of the blizzards and everything like that, how the theater was able to, you know, open up and allow it to be used for just that.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, a place for people to kind of collect and relax and decompress. Or
Yeah, we all need it. As frivolous as you know, Jurassic World 3 can be. We all need to go see something. You know, it's nice. I mean, I have a good time. You know, sometimes you just want to watch a CGI dinosaur rip somebody's head off. It's a nice way to spend a Saturday night. You know, like yeah, and then to be a business that's run by really good people. You know, there's a lot that's going for this that it just does not deserve to be non-existent. It has to continue, I think.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us. It was great speaking with you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us and helping us get the word out to save this theater.
Appreciate it, man.
Lake Arrowhead, born and raised, 39 years. Been coming to the cinema for as long as I can remember.
Wow. So you guys have been here for probably longer than anyone I've talked to so far, so that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after the roof collapsed and they rebuild, it's my favorite thing to come to and just watch a good movie and bring my nephews and have snacks and everything. Love to support local too, so that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. So how'd you guys feel when you heard the news that this place might have to close one soon?
It's sad. It's kind of heartbreaking.
Very sad. Yeah, it's not cool at all. It's horrible.
It's a historical thing and a landmark for us. You know, where else can you come to the mountain and have a theater with your neighbors and just really enjoy yourself?
What movie are you guys seeing tonight?
Super Mario Brothers.
Awesome. Be sure to let us know how it turns out.
Can't wait.
All right, thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I currently live in Running Springs, but as a child, we've always had a home here in Lake Arrowhead. I've been part of this mountain since I was about 5 years old.
Right. So tell me, like I said, the big story here is that our beloved movie theater here is in danger of being closed. Another real estate, another property company bought it out. They're talking about turning it into a grocery store. So now the whole community has gotten word of it. Everyone's starting to panic because it's a beloved area. Tell me, just kind of walk me through how you felt when you got the news that could be a possibility in the very near future here.
I was shocked to hear that. You know, first we lost the Ice Castle, which was a great outlet for kids and for people to go and have a recreational fun. I used to love going there as a kid, and we did school activities there too. That was closed down, and now we have our movie theater, and it's been such a central point in our community, and that's going to be turned into a grocery store. That's going to be right across the street from a grocery store. That's been a part of my childhood, that I used to go and get hot cocoa and watch the Christmas parade and every year, and it was like a traditional thing that we would do. But now they're trying to turn this into a grocery store, and there's another one a mile away as well. So it just doesn't sit well, and it's taken away from our community and what it means to us.
And now, in the last recent couple of months, with the blizzard and everything, not only has this been a movie theater, but you've also played a huge role here yourself during the community outreach and the disaster relief programs where you guys were running the name of a certain operation where you guys were just donating food. Tell me a little bit about that.
So when the blizzard hit the mountains, our community was impacted tremendously in a bad way. And a lot of people were stuck and whatnot. I was stuck down the mountain, people were stuck up the mountain. So the theater they contacted us, Operation Mountain Strong, asking how they can help. They want to help and they want to provide to the community as well, because we're putting up food distribution locations as well as necessity and whatnot. So they jumped in, they reached out to me, and I gave them the details of who to contact to get this going, and they've been here till every day unless there's weather permitting or holiday, but every day otherwise they've been here providing to our community in every way that they can, with volunteers. It's just like a full-time job, but the cinema has been such a huge, strong support and been able to provide so much to our community, and to take everything that they've worked hard to do and to make it feel like it's really hard to see how something so great is to be taken away to turn to monetary use, for
Right.
something that's not necessary in this community at this time.
Your program is still, and they're still here right now downstairs, still working with people, because there's still people coming in that still need help right now. So they're still here.
Oh, yeah.
It's been over for about a month now.
The blizzard's been over, but people are still recovering. They were out of work for months. They've been out of, they've been trapped in their homes. They've been, everything just adds up with the expenses of clearing out the snow. So they were hit financially, emotionally, and with the homes, but the theater has been such a strong support, and every day people are streaming in still and getting, necessities, whether it's diapers, formula, pet food, or just regular necessity like foods, potatoes and canned goods. And
last but not least, what kind of message do you want to send out to the community to let them know to get involved? Where do they need to sign? What can they donate? What can they do to help keep this place alive?
We're asking for them to go to change.com or .org and to sign a petition on change.org, as well as there's another petition here at the theater you can come and do, and we're writing letters, and we're trying to get on the agenda for the school board meeting this Thursday to show our concern about what we want for our community, which is not another grocery store.
Excellent. Thanks so much for speaking with us and everything.
Thank you.
For us.
I'm an assistant manager here, and then I'm also a part-time janitor.
How long have you worked here?
I've worked here since last summer, June.
So when did you get the news about this whole story about them possibly selling this place and having it closed down in the near future?
Yeah, so we knew that the building got sold around August in the summer, and then we were hearing just rumors from citizens, and we knew it's been in escrow, but we were kind of under the impression that the theater would probably be able to stay open upstairs. I'm not sure when that got tossed around, but yeah, we knew that there was a possibility of it closing, but we definitely thought that we'd be able to keep the theater open longer.
So what's going through your mind right now, knowing that this is starting to become? Everybody, like you said before, it was kind of just rumors, and everyone was kind of like, okay, we might, okay, or whatever. But now it seems like just in the last few days, specifically, at least it was for us, for the rest of the community. You work here, but now that it seems to have gotten very real, very quick.
Yeah.
So walk me through what you're going through right now.
It was definitely still a shock when the project managers team came by. They were just surprised we were still here. They thought that we'd be out, but we had no idea that we'd be closing. And just to hear them talk about gutting and demoing was really upsetting. It was definitely really sad. I think a lot of us had tears, but just for it to be put into reality that quick. They said that they were going to start demoing in May. Thankfully, our lease lasts longer than that, so we have a little bit more time. But yeah, it was really hard to hear, and you just start thinking about everything that you're going to miss. We have such a family environment here. We all love to work with each other. We get to have fun, even though we're still, working and being serious. But it's such a nice environment, and it's going to be really hard to lose.
Tell me what your community can do to try to slow this down, stop this, reverse it. Tell me about that.
So we started doing petitions and letters. So change.org has our petition. We also set up petitions at other willing restaurants and other shops. We have like dinosaur fossils in the village. We have some at the brewery, one at Spade and Spatula. So you can go in and sign those. You can sign the petition. You can only sign once, but we're also asking desperately for letters. Letters mean the most, just fond memories you have here, why you don't want it to close, just asking to reconsider, give us more time, anything. But yeah, I think right now that's all we can do.
Excellent. Is there anything else you want to tell the community in regards to everything that's going on around here?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that supported us already. We have so many signatures, and I've gotten a lot of letters from customers, and I just want to say thank you for supporting us so far, and I'm going to miss everybody if we don't get this.
How many signatures did you guys need, and how many do you have? Ish.
I would say we have over 300. 2,000?
Well, sorry, last time we looked at this.
Okay, so we have at least 2,000 signatures. I know I got a bunch of letters from my extended family. We have one girl that works here that goes to Room of the World, so she's asking for letters from the students. And then we've had a lot of customers come write letters, so myself has collected probably 10 letters, but we're definitely getting more. And then, yeah, those signatures are awesome.
So signatures and letters are going to be the key factor here, right?
Yep, that's all we can do so far, but yeah, we're not going to not try.
All right, well, we're going to do everything we can. Thanks for speaking with us. I appreciate it.
And I work the register.
How long have you worked here?
I've worked here since November.
Since November? All right, right on. What led you to come over here and pick up work here?
I started over here before the storm came, and I thought it'd be a change of scenery, that get away from the city life and see what it's like up here in the mountains.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you live up here? Did you just move up here, or do you still live down there?
Yeah, I've been living up here temporarily in November, or actually October, and once I came up here, everything was a lot better.
Really? What part of the city were you from?
I was in West Covina area, and I moved up here to Crestline.
Oh, wow. I was saying, so you came up here right at the beginning of when the weather got weird. It rained a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot. The town definitely took a turn when the storm came. We couldn't drive for a long time, and we tried our best to keep everything going, but it definitely took a minute to get back into the swing of things.
Well, dude, what was it like experiencing that, moving from the city to up here to like one of the most brutal winters we've had in decades?
It was actually a big change. I was not expecting it. I got a Jeep to make sure I would be able to drive in the snow, but then once we saw how much snow there was going to be, I couldn't do that. Yeah, it was just crazy. We were actually out of power for like 6 days, almost a week, and it was just really crazy just trying to survive.
Wow. But you survived, and so you're here. So what did you think of your first winter in the mountains?
I mean, despite how crazy it was, honestly, I really liked it. I think I'm that kind of person to enjoy the ruggedness and just tough it out and do what I can.
Wow, so that's amazing. So you've been here since November. So when did you get word of the possible closure of the theater?
Honestly, it was heartbreaking, honestly. I came here in November, and I got really adjusted to everyone. It's a really tight little community that we only have like a few other employees here, and figuring out that it wasn't going to be that long, I had to make some changes and start considering going back down the hill.
Wow, is that your option though? Are you like down the hill? Are you going to try to write it out and find different work up here?
I'm going to do the best I can, but at the moment I do have more family down the hill that can support me, so that's the best thing I can do, at least for myself right now.
Right. Well, tell me about how you've. Tell me about the community support that you've seen. I mean, I know it's really only been like, for me, I think it was only like 24 hours since we'll say 48 hours since I heard rumors that the place was closing, to when I woke up this morning to like, wow, this might actually be happening. What's it been like for you to kind of see or read about some of the community support?
Honestly, well, the moment you move up here, you see how close-knit the community is, and I really liked that. The moment I got up here, it was really family, and I really liked it. But once I found out that it was going to close, it was just, I had no idea. I really didn't process it until just recently, but it was becoming reality very quickly.
Yeah, I think we feel the same way too, where like it was kind of just, oh, this may or may not happen, but I remember a lot of us just thinking, I was like, oh, that's just another rumor, until, like I said, the last couple 24 hours, it got really real, really, really quick. So, what are some things you might want to tell the community, just in terms of, I know there's petitions that we're trying to fill out. I know that the theater's asking for some letters. What are some words that you might have for the community to kind of help this process either slow or stop completely?
Definitely raising your voice and telling people how you feel is definitely something that you could spread the word about. Spreading the word to everyone else is something that you can help out with. We might not be able to do something immediately, but maybe it'll be something that'll be heard over time.
Wow, that's outstanding. That's really good. Thanks so much for speaking with us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
We knew the property had sold, but not who the buyer was. And so we've been expecting escrow to close for, I want to say, close to a year now, without any communication with the buyer. So we were completely unsure of the fate of the movie theater. All we have known all this time is that the end of the lease is the end of May. So we have until June 1st. That's all we've known all this time for sure. I can tell you that a group of men came through here a few days ago and basically inspected the building, looked at everything, and they were overheard by employees that that parts of the interior were being demolished, and they were going to repurpose stuff that Blue Jay Cinema needs in order to operate. So that was basically our hint that we were not welcome tenants anymore. All I know is that we have until the end of the month. I'm hopeful for a dialogue with the new owners to perhaps reconsider what they want to do with the whole property. At the very least, give us an opportunity to remain tenants and continue to stay open for the community. I think it's one of the last important landmarks we have up here on the mountain. We've lost a lot in recent years, a lot of attraction for not only our local residents, but also for tourists. People are getting away from the city. It's nice for them to come up, if they're going boating during the day, and be able to go to see a movie at night. We've been known for being open even during the worst weather. If we could make it here, we figured other people would want to see something here. After this last winter, it just came as quite a shock to find out that after all, the community coming together and the Blue Jay Cinema being a center of food and supply distribution for people that needed it during all those storms, and just to find out that it's likely we won't be able to remain here. I can also tell you that me included, there are 8 employees, and that is a low season number. When we get busy, we can have as many as 15, but those will be jobs that are gone. 2 of the employees here will be forced to leave the community and seek work elsewhere. That's one sad part about this. I think that we have a wonderful school district up here, and generally speaking, they care about the community and what's best for their school system as well as the community, because we need each other. However, I think the sale to this particular buyer, at least to my knowledge, seems to be a bit short-sighted. We need to think about the long term for our community, or we're going to lose more residents.
Yeah, it seems like also after the blizzards, there was some quick leavers. Residents that some of them just moved up here last year. That was too much for them, and there were houses up for sale within a week after the roads opened.
The term U-Haul winter has been thrown around a lot. I'm just afraid that this is just one more thing that's that's going to drive people away or not attract them to either visit or live here.
Right. Yeah, I know it's been a huge, you know, we've lived up here for 5 years, so I know it's been a huge part of me and my family's lives. Coming
Yeah.
here. This is probably, I think, the first place we ever visited after we moved here. We moved here in the middle of a snowstorm, you know, and you guys were open, and we came and saw a movie. You know, it was snowing outside and everything. So it is. Those are really fun, important memories for me and my family, and fun, important memories for a lot of other people's families. And you brought up that during the storms, and specifically during these blizzard storms, how the community really came together and had to, because we weren't getting a lot of help anywhere else. And now here we are again, you know, in another pickle, and now, you know, we have to do something to save this place, because it's such an important part of this area's history. It's an important part of our lives, our kids' lives. We want it to be an important part of our kids' lives that, you know, that choose to stay up here. So what is it that you need, and what is it that you want? If you're going to ask the community, in our community, for anything, what is it that you guys need from us?
I would say, if you can please sign the petition. You can find it. Let me say that again. What change?
Please change it.
If you can please sign the petition, you can find it at change.org, and just look up Blue Jay Cinema in the search. I think the more people that get involved and ask for the new owners to have communication with us, we have the potential to continue being here for the community. You know, it's an iconic place. It's something you notice right away when you come up to the mountains. When you drive through Blue Jay, it's a building that's hard to miss. And it opened in 1989, I believe, 2 years after another snowstorm that apparently damaged the roof and caused the delay of opening the building. But that's how long the theater's been here. And part of this community, we don't have another one. The original Lake Arrowhead Theater burned down during the village fire, and it took a while to get this one built. You know, took the right investor with a vision. And I can also tell you that this is kind of a funny side note, but when we first visited up here, the wheel on one of my cars broke, and I had to kind of wobble in down Daly Canyon, and I went into the Blue Jay Cinema parking lot and came back the next day and repaired my car, and it was still here. You know, so that's,
You can't do that anywhere else.
yeah. So it's literally been a part of my life since I first moved here.
Right.
Only recently in the capacity of being an employee, but I've seen a lot of movies here. My children have seen a lot of movies here. My whole family, you know, my extended family, my grandchildren, and yeah, it'll be a shame if my wife and I can't take our grandkids to see a movie easily, you know, without having to go down the hill. And I just think it's also, this place has a lot of nostalgia to it. If you notice in the lobby, there's these models that someone created and hung.
Yeah.
You know, that's not going to be there anymore. Sorry. That made me think of a patron that visited today. She's a frequent guest of ours, and she has a special needs son that loves to come here. And today, I said a prayer for Michael to be able to continue to see movies here. I mean, I think the cinema it's always been here for the community, and the community's always been here for the cinema. It's a great partnership, and I just don't want to see it end this way. You know, it's hard to keep a movie theater open as it is. You know, we can see basically, especially smaller, nostalgic theaters like this.
Yeah.
I know it's more of like a blast from the past experience, and that's why it's still popular, especially with the you know, some of the actors and entertainers that have houses up here, and it's also I feel like it has a lot more of the kind of charm that draws a family to come and see a movie, as opposed to some of the big multiplexes down the hill in the city, where it seems like it's more common for a family to break off into different you know, different groups and go see different movies.
Yeah.
Whereas here it's yeah, it's definitely has a more family flair.
I know that in all the times that we've been here, it's our favorite place to go. It's still our favorite place to go. And I think the most incredible part about it is the small intimate experience that you get here. Like you said, you don't get down the hill. You know, and what I do know, because I've seen it and experienced it firsthand, is so many people as a community, as a group, they've laughed here, they've cried here. You know, they've been just drawn into just pure drama. You know, there's so many emotions that are experienced during you know, when you're watching film.
Yeah.
You know, and to go, and that's always been the coolest purpose about it. You know, being in a movie theater. You know, with a group of people, especially a small intimate group of people that you see every day at the grocery store. You see them at school. You see them at work. You see them down at the lake or maybe at the golf course. You know, these are people that you see all the time up here. During the snowstorm, you help them put chains on it, and that's how you met them. You know,
Yeah.
or whatever it may be. So it's really neat to know that you're in there with those people, and you guys are going through that intended emotional roller coaster. You know, together. No matter what movie it is, like I said, whether you're laughing, whether you're crying, or you're screaming and you're shrieking and thrilled, or in a good horror flick. You know, so.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, because we are a small community and we're a small theater, it's a unique experience to be able to see your friends and your neighbors come and see a movie, and that's something that's really unique about our mountain community. And the more small businesses we lose, the less charm this community has, you know, as a place that people want to settle. I think already with so many STRs and whatnot, it's getting less likely you will recognize who comes through the door, you know. But yeah, this cinema has a lot of patrons, regular patrons that come here frequently. And then we also have the Mountain Cinema Club, which you know, they meet here in the spring and in the fall twice a month and see foreign films and independent films.
Wow.
You know, so I hate to see that the theater disappear for them as well. You know, because that's part of life, getting together and doing things. You know, that's one more thing.
Fellowship.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. This theater, you could say it has fellowship.
For sure. Well, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us, Rex. We're all praying for this place. I'm praying for this place. We're going to get the word out and make sure we get those petitions signed, get the letters written out, and you know, we'll do everything we can to try to keep this place going.
Thank you. We we're really grateful to the community for coming together around us and trying to help us through this. And we're hopeful.
So are we. Thank you so much.
Thank you.